President Kashim Shettima says the recent Supreme Court judgment granting full financial autonomy to local government council will enhance Nigeria's universal basic education system. The Vice President, who warned against the abuse of local government autonomy, stated that at the public presentation of a book titled Navigating the Politics of Universal Education Policies in Nigeria, written by former Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, Modupe Adelabu, held in Abuja. The Vice President says the autonomy of local government, which are directly responsible for providing primary education, will address the financial limitations that have hindered the alignment of administrative units with the government's educational agenda. Shettima also assured Nigerians that the ongoing reforms initiated by President Bola Tinubu will address inadequacies and ideologies frustrating universal education in the country.
Of autonomy of local governments, which are responsible for delivering primary education, has created significant financial hindrances in aligning administrative units with our educational agenda. However, the recent Supreme Court judgment empowering local government councils to control their resources brings government closer to the people. It provides new hope for our educational initiatives. And as a governor, as a former governor, I will join in gloating and insulting the governors that have been castrated from having access to local government funds. Apart from it, we need to align with the governors and see that the educational needs of our children are catered for. The local government autonomy should not be abused. It should be used as a fulcrum, it's a window, it's an avenue for addressing needs at the grassroots level. And without the partnership between the federal government, the state government, and the local government, very little can be accomplished. Just 15, 20 years ago, local governments were not paying the salaries of primary school teachers and even health workers. So we have to put a mechanism in place to safeguard the interests of our poor workers in the local government system. Beyond making education universally free, our experience shows that incentivizing is the most practical gateway before us. This is why all of us, across all levels and branches of government, must join this campaign to educate the nation. The realities we inherited demand urgent action to ensure that education is not only accessible, but also desirable for every Nigerian child, fostering long-term national development. Many primary and secondary school-aged children are still not attending or completing their education, and a large portion of the youth population lacks basic literacy skills, with notable gender disparities.
We will discover that he started writing about formal and informal education. Maybe it is the informal education we call domestication. But whatever you call what you are celebrating today, which is a revolution in the domestication of animals, among which man had been established or created or allowed to be the king of the animals. By reading that book, we shall be wiser and we shall know better. For coming to this occasion, like somebody has said earlier today, we are going to be wiser. And for taking a copy of that book and reading it, we are going to know better about education. But until we all are universally educated, the animals shall remain in the man shall remain in the kingdom of the animals. Thank you very much for coming.
How has it developed our own children? Not only to be self-reliant, to be independent, and to be conscious that we are building a nation, that our flag shall continue to be a symbol of justice and of good governance is through education. And what type of education? Proper education that will think of not only of our domestic environment, but the global environment. Nigeria cannot stand as an island. While we are thinking of what we need here, let's also think of how we are going to be relevant globally. And that is what I've tried to talk about in this book. Not just an ordinary education where we count numbers of schools or students who are out of school. Most of them just, they go in and they come out as a waiting. Nothing to write home reports. But the fault is not in them, it's in our curriculum. We jumped at American type of education, yes. We are nostalgic now about the type of the education we had when we were in school. Primary 6, after primary 6, you go to secondary school 5 years, then you go to university. We are nostalgic about the things there. They helped us because the number, top of number, were very small. And before we started UBEC, we had Primary Education Commission. From Primary Education Commission, went straight to primary education.